Hey, hello, you guys. Welcome in. Today, I want to talk to you about some of the tools that we as psychics and mediums do use. I happen to use, right behind me on the shelf, I use the paranormal flashlight. Um, some of you are beginning to try to do some of this stuff on your own, and you're welcoming in negative energy. Um, Stop what you're doing right now. Go get some sage, Palo Santo, which is the wood that is also as powerful as sage. And you need to neutralize the energy in your house or in the area you live in. Nobody can you can call me if you want to. That's 80 or $100. All right, you don't need me. You don't need psychic to do this. You need to take control of your own house and your own dwelling. Your energy as the homeowner, as the mother, as the no matter what your place in the hierarchy of the household is, has energy, better energy over the house than even me. Okay, thank you, Spirit, on the light. Um, get that sage, get that Palo Santo, carry it through the house. Of course, the old faithful lighter gives out. All right, here we go. Get that going. You've seen me do this before. Carry this through the house. You want to go everywhere that is dark and damp. That is where negative energy gathers. It gathers like dust. It accumulates over a period of time. We carry negative energy home every day. You know, as soon as we come home and we walk in the door and we go, oh man, it's great to be home. You know, we're letting that negative energy out. We're letting it go. So go ahead and just go through the house. You can go top to bottom. You can go bottom to top. You can open a window if you want to. It really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It's the intention in your heart and what you're doing. You're eliminating negative energy. You treat negative energy like you would an unwelcome guest, somebody perhaps that showed up and been drinking too much and you want them to get out. Time to go. Not taking no for an answer. Goodbye. All right? Same way. Do not be fearful of it. Those of you that are hearing and feeling and seeing things more and more as we approach Halloween, that is where there is a big thinning of the veil. More people see it. It is able to come through because of the planetary alignments also. So if you are hearing and seeing and feeling spirit, do not automatically go to the fearful side. Oh, what's that? Is it something negative? Oh my gosh, what is that noise? By you doing that, you're kind of making it negative. You're making a perfect environment for sketchy energy to come in because it feeds off of fear. Any kind of energy feeds off of fear. Negative, dark side, whatever you want to call that energy, you'll boost it. You'll energize it. Don't go there first. Don't go, oh, what's that noise? Don't go assigning it to the ghost. Don't go assigning it to, oh, it's a demonic. You're going to make it just that. Drop that attitude, drop that mind frame, and drop the fear. Don't allow fear to enter into that. If you have some banging or bumping going on, if you see shadows, you know what? It's grandma. 95% of the time, it is, when people call me out, it is a family member that is making those noises. It is a family member that's casting that shadow. But if I go to that wrong place first, oh my gosh, what's that? Is that something dark? Is that a demon? Grandma that is in the house is there for as a protective measure. Now is going to have to start working on keeping those negative energies off of you and away from you. Grandma can't handle that all by herself. So I want you to automatically think when you hear something that, hey, you know what? That's Uncle George coming in and say hi. Take that kind of attitude. You know what? It's Aunt Rosie. You remember she always made the coffee pot. She always made coffee. That's why the coffee pot's making noise. If you want to, give it to somebody that way. Welcome in those family members. And once you start assigning activity to them, they come in closer and a little more of a protective energy. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. It's been validating back there for me. Now, before we start working with anything for divination, and that's what the flashlight is. I'm using it as divination, and that's to communicate with the other side. Basically, is all divination is. Pendulums, divination. Tarot cards, divination. Dowsing rods. Any of you ever worked with dowsing rods? Divination. Now, anytime you get, and you know what else is divination? The Ouija board. Absolutely. Now, the Ouija board isn't any worse than any of those other things. The Ouija board was invented as a toy, a game. But now here's where the problem is. Anytime I start working with that flashlight, I welcome in beings of the light first. I neutralize the energy in the room with the sage. I also ring a bell. And I always say out loud, I only welcome in beings of the light, spirit guides, guardian angels, and ascended masters. I don't necessarily invite in ancestors because not everybody's ancestors were above board, okay? Looking back in my family, I'm actually related to Al Capone. All right? Some of you have ancestry that's kind of like that. You know, Blackbeard the pirate, whoever. So don't invite in the ancestors. So you want to invite them in. You know, welcome them in and ask for their protection and ask that you only work in the light. All right, no activity back there now since I've been mentioning it. The biggest thing is you have to consecrate these items when you get them, okay? The first time you bring them in the door, brand new, and it is best not to take used items. Definitely do not get a used Ouija board. Early on in my career, I handled 3 suicides from one Ouija board because it had been possessed. Some young men were welcoming in the devil, the dark side. You know, that's what they got. It was very tragic for the families. The first young man committed suicide because the board told him to. His friends wanted the board. They didn't believe it. They took it and they tried it. Second young man did the same. And again, on a third occasion, same thing. They asked me if I wanted the Ouija board. I said no. I'm sorry. I don't know how you're going to get rid of it. You need to call a priest. You can call a fire department. I don't know how you're going to get rid of that. But that was, I don't need those kind of things. But to consecrate things for the light, whether it's the Ouija board, whether it's the tarot cards, or whether it's a pendulum, because I know a lot of you are counselors, and a lot of counselors nowadays are using pendulums. If you're getting your pendulum, make sure you consecrate it for your use first. Simply hold it to your area of your heart chakra. Just a couple minutes, couple seconds. Align with love. Okay? You can, again, get that old trusty sage out. Thank you, Spirit on the Light. And you can neutralize any of these things before you use them too. Okay? Make sure you do. Wow. How about that? I'm trying to hold it very still. Look at that pendulum go over that sage. Awesome. All right. Anything, whether they're dowsing rods. Every day before I do my videos, I bless, cleanse, and neutralize my cards in the same way. I waft them over the smoke, allowing that powerful, powerful smoke from the sage or the Palo Santo to neutralize that energy. Sage actually works. There is one of my paranormal groups. I probably work with about a half a dozen paranormal groups, and one of them actually caught an EVP recording of spirit saying, "Run, they have the sage." So sage does work. And that's kind of why some of the churches still use incense. The same reasoning behind it. They're neutralizing energies and welcoming in good energies too. All right. You want to talk to your items too. I'm only using you for good. We're only bringing in beings of the light, working on helping people heal, working on, and that's why not all tarot readers are created equal. Some of them, still years ago, readings were all doom and gloom, impending disaster, tower moments, and sometimes I'll add some of that drama to my readings, but I always leave you with a happily ever after. It's in the cards. It's in whoever pulls that reading in for you is kind of laying out a path for you to follow. Don't follow somebody that is giving you doom and gloom. Follow somebody that is going to start shining light on your path for you. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, Spirit on the Light, letting me know that you're in the room and ever present. I refer to Spirit all. You hear me say it. Spirit guides, guardian angels, and ascended masters. They're God's beings. They're God. God is in us. All right, wrapping it up, you guys. Never leave you that I don't bless you with love and light. See you soon.